2 videos in one day? Must be AMD again. What's up everybody, my name is Ale, welcome to my world of stocks. Now just this morning I posted a video on whether Ford is a value stock or a value trap, and I spent all night just doing some last minute edits for that video and then also doing some research for another video, so I didn't get any sleep last night, and I thought I was gonna finally get to sleep today, but I received a bunch of messages about AMD stock because it's up another 10% in just one day. And what's really crazy is that AMD is not just some random little penny stock that just happened to jump up a huge amount that nobody really knew about. AMD is a stock that everybody keeps talking about. Whether you're bullish or bearish, everybody seems to be talking about AMD stock basically throughout this entire year and for a few years actually. In fact, this stock has climbed more than 1,000% in the last 3 years. It's up 170% year to date. Dang, that's insane. Just this year, it's up 170%. That's unbelievable. And when looking at the last few months, AMD was up 26% in May, 9% in June, 22% in July, 37% in August, and then another 10% today, and it's currently trading above $27 per share, getting pretty close to $28. So this is just absolutely insane performance. So what happened today that caused AMD stock to climb once again? Well, an analyst at Jefferies reiterated a buy rating, they raised their price target, and they also made some predictions about AMD having a major advantage over Intel. So when looking at their price target at Jefferies, it was set to $22, but is now raised to $30, representing a very large increase there from 22 to 30. That's a big increase. And the analyst, his name is Mark Lipakis, which I absolutely mispronounced, but he justified this by basically saying what everybody else has been saying and what we've been talking about on the channel. Actually, for weeks now we've been talking about this, but he brought up the fact that Intel has delayed their 10 nanometer server CPU until holiday 2019, which, by the way, I thought they delayed it until 2020, but I guess I was wrong. I thought it was 2020, but apparently they're saying that they delayed it until holiday 2019. It's a 10 nanometer chip, and so that presents a tremendous opportunity for AMD to jump ahead of them, because AMD is planning to release their 7 nanometer server CPU chip, their Epic chip. It's called Epic, and they're planning on releasing that in 2019 as well. But this actually presents an opportunity for AMD to release theirs ahead of Intel. And so to my knowledge, I don't think we have a concrete release date for that Epic chip, but we do know that it's going to be manufactured by Taiwan Semiconductor. That's a major stock that I've been buying, especially this year. I made a video about it. You can find it up here or in the description below if you want to know more about that one. But it should probably be released before Intel, so that could be a major advantage for AMD. Now, if you don't know a lot about this topic, basically just having a lower count nanometer manufacturing process usually means that the chip will be more powerful and more energy efficient. So AMD releasing their 7 nanometer versus Intel at 10 nanometers would usually suggest that AMD's chip will be more powerful or more energy efficient, but that is not always the case. So I do just want to give that disclaimer, because different companies have different manufacturing processes, and it's not always fair to compare the two without doing proper testing. You know, a lot of people are actually saying that Intel's 10 nanometer is very comparable to AMD's 7 nanometer in terms of power and efficiency and things like that. So I just want to give that quick disclaimer. But the fact that AMD is releasing a lower count 7 nanometer chip and probably earlier than Intel's 10 nanometer chip, and in the server market, where, you know, if you're releasing a competitive product, you could probably get a lot of companies to jump ship from Intel and to come on board with AMD, then that could potentially be a big deal. Now, speaking a little bit more to that, this same analyst raised his prediction for AMD's server market share in 2019 from 8% to an enormous 12%. And I say enormous not because the number 12 is enormous, but because this market is enormous and it generates a ton of revenue, billions of dollars of revenue. So going from 8% to 12% means a lot of money. In fact, Intel made around $19 billion just from server revenue last year alone, and they were controlling around 98% of that market. So if AMD all of a sudden takes like 10%, or even what this guy's saying 12%, that equates to billions, not millions, but it equates to billions of dollars of revenue being generated for AMD. And then lastly, I do just want to mention really quick that Cohen also raised their price target to $30 for AMD, also citing very similar reasons. So kind of just basically the same story as Jeffries. Now, as for me and how I feel about all this, this is nothing new. We've been talking about this on the channel for weeks now. With multiple videos where we talked about these different things. I told you guys, if you've been keeping up with my videos, then you know that I've cashed in a lot of my profits with AMD, but I am still holding a very large position in AMD because I still believe in them long term. So that is a position that I'm still holding. But this doesn't really change anything. Nothing new came from this. It's all stuff that we've already known about. The only thing that I'm noticing is that more analysts are starting to realize the things that we've already been talking about. And so as more and more analysts realize this, they're going to keep raising these price targets, or at least that's what we've been seeing so far. And so that's just a really good thing. So I'm glad to see this. This makes me very happy. But this was just a quick little AMD stock update. How do you guys feel about this? Let me know in the comment section below. If you have any questions, thoughts, anything like that, you can leave them down below. Thank you so much for watching. Happy investing. I hope you all have a wonderful, beautiful day, and take care. Bye-bye.